expressive when you are actually. Did I kill him? No, I didn't. You're more expressive when you are actually still gesticulating and everything.
Do you have any interesting rituals in the booth? Because I know a lot of the other voice actors, they have there's some people who like to, for certain voices, put their hands in their mouth or what have you to get it the right shape.
No, I recite I'm just gonna keep running.
You do.
Camp. I recite the inscription on the gates of hell from Dante's Inferno.
Yes. So do it now.
Oh, fine, okay.
Well, everyone wants to hear
Well,
that.
okay. So, it's per me se va nella città dolente, per me se va nell'eterno dolore, per me se va tra la perduta gente. Giustizia mozze il mio alto fattore, fecemi la divina podestate, la somma sapienza il primo amore. Dinanzi a me non fuor cose create se non eterne, e io eterno duro. Lasciate ogni speranza voi ch'intrate.
And then I would say something like, do that with more purple, and she would do it all again.
Yep.
And then we would just get to a point where she was yelling it, and then we were right in the character.
Yeah, especially the yelling part,
Yeah.
like the really angry, ragey.
Because Josephine's so angry.
Just like,
Rage-filled.
exactly. Exactly. It's totally in character for her.
And what you said purple a lot, and we've thrown out a lot of colors. What does that mean for people who have?
It's just really a joke. It's just like an acting
bear.
joke where a director would say to an actor, I'm not seeing enough blue. I need more blue. It's just a ridiculous thing to ask
Like,
an
how
actor to do. Like,
how does that even make sense?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm feeling violet and I need yellow.
I'm being chased by a bear.
So.
Oh, that bear has a wicked
Oh.
mohawk.
I'm being chased. No! I just want to make a camp bear.
Oh boy.
There.
Oh boy.
Oh, God. This is terrible.
That bear don't care.
All right.
Can you get on the bear? No. You just have to kill it. I can't watch.
The bears are super tough too.
He just stabbed me in the back. I
the-
just made it to a camp.
Did the
too.
bear just say, I gotcha?
No.
Did I just hear that?
I think there was a dude, too,
There was
and he
another
said, I gotcha.
bro who was hunting the bear.
I gotcha.
I'm gonna just find that camp. That's all I want to do right now. Where am I? I'm over there. So let's go. Wait, where am I?
You probably want to get away from a lot of this area
I
you're in.
wanna, yeah. I just wanna make a camp.
Go over to the bottom right there. There's a camp already established.
Yeah,
Oh wait, I can travel 2 camps. That's right. Ah, there we go.
Warsons.
We'll get somewhere where we die a
little.
heck of a lot less. A fair amount less. And for anyone who is just joining us and wondering why we're dying all the time, it is because we are not the best at this game yet.
Oh!
I am not.
Well, give Allegra 15 more minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Allegra Clark. She's the voice of Josephine Montillier, who's one of your advisors in the game. Caroline Livingstone, our voiceover director, and I'm Connell Pierce, and I work on community here at Bioware.
Be Cassandra right now. We're, see, he just threw me into a level 8 area, and I'm level 4, so way to go, Connell.
Yeah, well, you know, I like it to be challenging for things that we know nothing about. Because if you aren't good at something, you might as well
He's
play
worried.
on the hardest difficulty.
He's worried.
Oh, he's worried about Ritz.
But we rescued Ritz.
So, did you get much time with any of the other cast members? Or how does that work out?
No, not at all. I mean, as I said, I bumped into Brian Bloom really briefly before a session. But other than that, I've sort of like spoken to them. I got power for doing absolutely nothing just now.
You were just chatting.
I was chatting with a dude.
He was worried and you made him less so.
Yeah.
I made him very less worried.
Yeah.
No, I didn't really get any time like with the cast. I've spoken to some of the cast members like on Twitter, like the Inquisitors, like Alex and Molly, and Freddie. Where there's a risk here, but I do something about it. But
Get
yeah,
over there.
otherwise no. It's just been mostly me. Like it's usually just me in the booth. If I'm lucky, they've already recorded. Like one of the actors has already recorded, so that I can go off of them. But no, we don't usually record together.
It's pretty rare
Yeah.
for actors to meet each other. Like there's ships passing in the night, right? They do a 4-hour session, then there's a lunch break, and then there's another 4-hour session. So
And
Yeah.
you hear them all.
yeah,
You get to hang out with
I hear them
everyone.
all, but yeah.
So how did you get into this kind of work, Caroline? Is that something you want to go into? That's a question we have from the crowd.
Wow. Well, I got into it. I was a stage actor for a long time, and then I started directing. And then Shauna Perry, who worked here and was doing audio and localization and voiceover, she was doing it all. Back when Jade Empire was going on, she just said, "Do you want to come and direct some of it?" I said, "Yes, I do." And then slowly, it just came to a point where they needed someone full time here, and so I just jumped on board. It seemed appropriate, right?
Yeah,
7 years.
Wow.
that's a long time.
It's a long time.
It's a lot of games. A lot of lines of dialogue.
A lot of lines of dialogue.
So what Allegra is doing right now is she's trying to close the Fade Rift, and so these are kind of little tears in the veil that are all over the world of Thedas that use the Inquisitor. Kind of you're going around closing them, trying to figure out what happened that caused this giant breach in the sky. And so there's small ones like this all over the world, and if you go and you close them like she's going to do now, you get more power and influence for your
Doing better now.
Inquisition.
Well done. Well done.
Oh yeah. And I'm gonna loot because you always loot. Oh yeah. So you used to be a you. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. What like when you were a stage actor, like what was
Oh
your
boy. Yep.
what kinds of plays did you do? Like anything or any specific focus?
Plays.
Plays? Yeah.
Not musicals. I mean, I have done musicals in the past, but mainly plays. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have a preferred playwright?
Oh boy.
While we find out.
Well, I do like Morris Panich and Daniel McIver. They're both Canadian playwrights. I enjoy them immensely. Yeah, those are probably two of my favorites.
We're talking actor stuff now.
Yeah,
I
sorry about that,
apologize.
everyone. More blue.
Yeah.
For something a little bit more yellow and on game.
Yes.
What kind of Inquisitors are you guys planning on playing? Personally, right now, I have an elf who is pretending to be super religious, but not at all.
I have to say that the female Canaries are pretty hot.
They are. They're really
so,
hot.
yeah. And I would probably do that. Is that okay?
That is okay.
You're kind of frowning at me like that's a terrible
I
idea,
just-
Livingstone.
That's just what my face does.
Okay.
He's just a big old grump.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
Resting grump face.
I
It's a thing.
I am going to kill some people, but yeah, I was going to play an elven mage first, but then and she was gonna romance Blackball. That was like my thing. She was like
Okay.
super, like a really nice, like totally, she used the Mass Spectre Paragon character.
Right, okay.
But then I can't see because of this tree.
You're doing really well talking and doing this.
I'm
It's
very proud of myself
very
right
good.
now. But then I was talking to Freddie Prinze Jr. and I guess he is going to romance Josephine.
Oh,
Yeah. So now I am going to romance Iron Bull first.
wow.
So that's going to be the deal. And this chest is on fire, so naturally I'm going to take
You gotta
things
loot
from-
it.
You gotta
Yeah.
get it. Well, yeah, otherwise it would burn up.
Yeah, like someone's got
It
to
is
do
a
it.
comfort to have you present on our journeys.
I keep accidentally hitting on Cullen. I don't know how.
How do you
I-
accidentally hit on
I don't
Cullen?
think I mean to,
I
but
think it's
my
pretty
Inquisitor
easy.
keeps like twirling her hair and giggling, and he smiles at her, and I'm like, stop that.
I think it's
So who are you going to go for then?
Well, I was gonna go with Iron Bull, but
Yeah.
but it seems like I'm gonna accidentally wind up in bed with Cullen and his beautiful hair.
Manners.
His hair is pretty beautiful.
He does have nice hair.
Not held
Yeah.
you back on other
Gone are the days of the ramen.
I say what I believe to be true, even if it gives offense to those who prefer the lie.
Oh, Gareth
there is
David
no
Lloyd.
right.
Listen to that voice. So dreamy.
Your position is
I
an
kind of
honourable
freaked out when I found out who
and
was in
well
the game.
earned.
Just like this much.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a bit about the banter?
Tell you about the banter?
Yeah, all the like we just heard some banter there.
I don't. What do you want me to tell you about it? Like, there's a lot of it,
I guess, yeah. I suppose.
and some of it is really fun. Some of the relationships are really fun. Iron Bull, especially, has got some good quips. Varric always does as well.
Varric is Varric.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people were wondering, Allegra, was it tough kind of doing a voice with an accent? Does that make it harder to kind of convey emotion?
Absolutely, yeah. Because, you're balancing the technical aspect of doing an accent as with, this, actually emoting and, as my actor used to say, my acting teacher used to say, living truthfully under imaginary circumstances.
I like that line.
Isn't it good? Stuck with me for like the past 6 years, but yeah, so it makes it a little bit more difficult to balance everything, but it's totally doable. It just takes a lot of practice, and it really helps to to just practice the accent. The more familiar you are with it, the more instinctive it becomes for you. There's a skull on the map. I'm gonna go see what it is.
Just use your horse to climb the mountain.
Perfect. I'm gonna go use my horse to climb the mountain. How do I summon horse?
Hit this thing.
Just do.
And then go to the bottom. And then, yeah, you make him do that. And
There he is.
here comes Mr. Clip-Clops.
You hear that?
That was great. When I visited the studio a while ago, and it was still a temp build, and that icon said summon pony, and
Did it bring in a pony?
it was just summon pony. That's all. Summon pony, and it made me so happy. That is that's what the skull means.
Snack.
Means there is pork of some kind, and
There's
I'm going to eat
also
it.
the skull thing behind you, which you
Yeah.
can look around for
Yeah,
sharks.
but I'm more interested
in food?
pork. Yeah. I saw that before.
Inquisitor's been taking a lot of elf fruit.
It's like,
Whoa, whoa.
there we go. Spotted. Hey, do I spot them all? Yeah, there's another one. Okay. I bet everyone on the Twitch stream is like, God, Allegra, it's down there. Can't you see it? No, I can't.
Everyone in the Twitch stream is extremely excited to have the pony back in the show. They like it.
It's the best
It is.
part.
It's pretty groovy.
I am going to.
Their pony.
It's also, pro tip, it's my secret solution to fall damage.
Good way to cheat the system.
I
like
am
it.
I am
like
an,
it a lot.
For
I am
the
an
fans!
awful horse owner.
For the fans! Yay! Yeah, that's right. That is a good way to cheat against people. Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa.
No, pony doesn't get hurt. You have to protect the pony.
Yeah, if you do get hit while on the horse, you will get knocked off if you take enough damage on it.
I
So-
still keep accidentally pressing X and jumping. Not used to that yet.
There's nothing wrong with accidentally jumping.
That's fair.
You need to leap more.
Yeah, if there's jumping in a game, that's all you should be doing.
Fair. I'm really excited that there's jumping in Dragon Age now. Because I always wondered why I couldn't. When they're just so excited. Where is the Fade Rift, though? There it is. I'm just so excited to be playing Dragon Age. Jump, 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 jump.
It just feels faster, too.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh. That is not a thing. There is a thing. I would like to kill a thing.
I think they're spawning somewhere around here.
They're somewhere. But you know what? Let's
Oh.
go. Whoa! Oh,
Whoa.
it's those things.
Whoa.
I'm just gonna. Oh, there's a wraith. There it is.
Go get him. Go get him.
I think Varric and Solus got that.
Okay.
They got that. They-
So, Allegra, can you tell us a little bit about Josephine?
Yes, I can. Within limits, obviously.
Within spoiler limits.
Yeah, because I want people to enjoy her in the game and enjoy meeting her. But she is, I mean, she's just a genuinely nice and positive person. Like, for her, being a part of the Inquisition is absolutely about, like, this sort of, well, things are bad, so I'm going to help. Like, it just seems really logical for her to just sort of be a part of this and to help in whatever way she can. Which is, interesting because typically in games, people who help are the people who are fighters, but Josephine brings her very unique skill set to it, which is, I am good at people, I can manage all these people for you, so that you aren't playing Dragon Age Paperwork Inquisition for the, 80
She
hours.
does handle all the lovely bureaucracy.
80
for you.
hours of paperwork. You're welcome. You're welcome. So yeah, she's a very genuine person. She's shy, and very modest too. I think she just kind of considers her work important, but doesn't really make a big deal out of the fact that she's doing it, because for her it's just the important thing is doing the work, not taking credit for being awesome. And adorable. She's just ridiculously adorable in ways that like we would be doing like romance content and just kind of pausing and going like, that's so cute.
Super cute.
Oh my god, I can't get over this.
And so for those of you who don't know, Allegra is the voice of Josephine Montilier, who is one of your advisors. So
Your
basically,
political advisor.
she's
for
your
the
political
Inquisition.
advisor. Sounds like that. And her, along with Cullen and Liliana, are your 3 advisors. And Cullen's kind of the sword. Liliana's your spy master and likes to send kind of murder-crazed dwarves like Scout Harding to do your business.
Scout
and
Harding is awesome.
She is awesome, but she is bloodthirsty.
She is. And awesome.
And Josephine
Is less bloodthirsty.
solves everything through talking.
Through talking, it's like that. Oh, Cassandra, don't do that. Yeah, for her, it's a matter of like, if there's a peaceful solution, if there's a way that you can resolve this without anyone getting hurt, Josephine is going to want to take it because that's more valuable to her. She values human life, I think is a good way of putting it.
So do you have any favorite lines of dialogue from the game?
Well, other than the entirety of the romance scene, which I am not going to spoil for you guys, because it's amazing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not spoiling that for you guys. But it's a great scene. So other than that, I just fell and hurt myself.
Should have used the
I
horse.
should have used that.
Always have the horse.
It's okay, because I found a camp. Geez, I'm trying to think. Anytime that Josephine really gets to test her or use her diplomacy chops, I think are really, really satisfying lines to say. Also, her banter with the other advisors is a lot of fun. They have a really cute relationship. I mean, Josephine and Liliana have known each other for years at this point. Cullen's kind of a new member of the group, but they all get along pretty well. You know, they tease each other. Pranks are pulled at times. I won't spoil those, but they're good.
I like any lines of dialogue where people are rallying the troops. I love those big moment scenes where, you know.
Like, you know, calling out to
There's a
everyone.
number of good ones like that, yeah.
Yeah.
And I very much I do have a favorite Inquisitor voice. It is Alex.
Yes.
Alex is wonderful. Map to a waterfall.
The others are also great, but she's my favorite one.
Christ.
It's fun too because she also doesn't sound like Trainer. Like, she's wonderful and she's a really, really sweet person. I spend a lot of I talk to her and to Sumali a lot, and they are good people. I'm also trying to convince the actors to just like get it on PS4 so we can play together.
Smart.
I wanna play multiplayer with the gang. Imagine like playing with the Inquisitor and the Inquisitor.
That'd be really fun. They'd have to fight over whose voice is the Inquisitor, though.
Yeah. Like the Highlander kind of, there can only be one situation.
Right.
Now,
There's a lot
people
of
are
Bloodlines
wondering
here.
if you've done any other voice work in Dragon Age.
Yes, I have. Outside of Ryala, who I am no longer at this point. I did, for at least, it's all been in this game. I haven't done any of the previous titles. A couple random little characters just kind of scattered around for the most part. I am a random dwarven mercenary who can kill you.
Yeah, that's right.
That was fun. So if you ever hear someone who sounds suspiciously like me laughing over your corpse, it may actually be me. Lovingly.
I'm trying to rack my brain thinking.
There, Clara, that girl in the Emerald Graves, who has a crush
Right,
on
right.
what's Fairbanks?
That's right.
Um,
Good memory.
yeah, I think I'm a random Templar or Warden. I'm a lot of random people. I'm a couple people in front of palaces. I'm a couple people in front of Skyhold or Haven. You know, I'm around. If you ever think it sounds like me, it may actually be me. I think is a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
And how are those voice sessions done when you're voicing multiple characters? Come in 4 hours, a whole day? How does that work?
It's a normal 4-hour session. The way we do it is we start with Josephine. Obviously, we kind of go through her. We usually have a fair bit to do with her, and then at the very end, Caroline's like, "Hey, you want to voice some NPCs?" And I'm like, "Oh boy!" And then she just throw scripts.
some at you, yeah.
Just throw some scripts. Like, we're looking for French. Can you do French? Sure, let's do it.
So oftentimes with the bigger like follower characters, they like to shake it up a bit. Some of them like to kind of do other voices. So at the end of the session, it'll be like, "Hey, you want to do this 15-line character?" And they're everyone's always game because
It's fun.
it's not the same thing that
Yeah.
they've been doing for 4 hours.
So can you give us some idea about like the volume of dialogue that is in this game?
Oh, yeah, it's immense. It's there. I wasn't kidding. Remember when I said there's 81,488 lines?
There's a
that
lot.
many
Yeah.
lines.
Is that a specific number? That's
Yeah.
not just your random.
No, that is the actual. That is the final line count. 81,488. But that's with 4 players. So if we were to take 3 players away, I don't know what the final count would be. Maybe 50,000 lines of dialogue.
If you were to just take away
Yeah. 3 of the
one
other
voice.
players. Yeah.
But then it'd be less fun if you had fewer.
Choices.
Yeah.
I agree.
I like having that
It's
option.
pretty cool to be able to choose. That's a really cool option.
And the voice work in this game is pretty excellent. I mean, I might have a biased opinion, but
Yeah.
I think it's pretty great. And I think from what we've been hearing, from the reviews and everything, people are talking about
I'm on
is
fire.
how good it is, especially ones like Freddie Prinze Jr. I think the review was like, "Oh my God, Freddie Prinze Jr. Didn't
He's-
realize he was the Iron Bull."
Yeah.
The Iron Bull is awesome.
He's great. I love him. Like Iron Bull is a character, and also Freddy does just a phenomenal job voicing him.
He's a very talented guy, and he's very, he's an artist. And he loves his craft. He's very professional, and we were very lucky to get him in that role.
Now we record in a couple of different places, Caroline. Can you tell us kind of where the studios are and how that works with you? Do you do everything from here, or do you travel around a lot?
We have a studio called Side UK in London, and we have a studio we record through Formosa in LA, and we also do recording here in Edmonton. Most of the time I'm here, but I do travel to those places, especially at the beginning,
Yeah.
to ramp up the followers. I'll meet all the followers and all the player characters, and
Yeah, you were
kinda-
there for my first
Yeah.
3 or 4 sessions.
so it's just so they can get an idea of what the game is and ask all the questions face to face, because I think it is fairly intimidating to talk to someone through the line. Because the first session with you, I was through the line. I wasn't face to face. The Briala
session, yeah.
So I think it gets a bit intimidating because you don't know what I'm doing on the other end.
Yeah.
So I think it's a bit. So once we get to know each other, then when I'm doing it on the line, when I say on the line, I mean through Skype or through.
Yeah.
They know what I look like. They have an idea of who I am, and it's just a little less intimidating.
And I don't know if you're allowed to talk about it, but the studio we have down in LA has kind of a bit of an interesting history.
Oh,
to
yeah.
it.
Yes.
Westlake Studio. So that's where Michael Jackson recorded many of his albums. So
Mhm.
there's a whole setup for him that he built, and he built like a little apartment up top for his
For Bubbles.
for Bubbles.
Bubbles the monkey.
So Bubbles could look through this window and watch Michael perform on his stage with his grand piano and record.
Have you ever been up into Bubbles' apartment?
Oh yeah, of course I was in Bubbles'
I
apartment.
didn't get to go to Bubbles' apartment.
Well, that's because it said do not go into Bubbles' apartment, and that is like that's for me, that's like go in there.
So basically,
Kidding, there wasn't a sign. I'm kidding.
But it's a sign, not a cop, right?
Yeah, exactly. There was no copper there. No, there. Sorry, say that again.
I moved the mic closer.
Okay.
So my
sorry.
advice earlier was a lie.
Okay, that's okay.
I never went to Bubbles' apartment.
I think it was just the first time we went. They said, "Come on and check out the rest of the studios." Yeah.
Well, there we go. Gonna yell at Justin over Twitter.
Yeah.
Why didn't you ever let me go into Bubbles' apartment?
Well, I think it. It's being used a lot of the time too, right?
Oh,
so
that's fair.
it's challenging to get in there.
Who are you? I'll tell you. Ah. murdering things. That's my big like takeaway right now is I really like murdering things. It's fun.
Whoa.
So
That
your
guy's-
playstyle is very opposite Josephine's because you were just hunting things down.
Yeah.
There is no talking here. There's
I
just
am-
cold-blooded murder.
Josephine would be like writing things.
Josephine-
Like writing letters to people. Please don't be mad.
Yeah, like, oh goodness, you know, is there any way that we can discuss this? I saw you had a mosaic piece in this area, and I should probably do this. Oh, I
Yes.
can claim it.
Whoa.
Bong.
Dun, dun,
Fine.
dun.
And then there's some lore.
Oh.
Oh,
Aw.
Connor. So
You know, I
sad.
killed him in my last playthrough.
Oh, spoilers.
Why'd you do that?
Origins of Dragon Age Origins. Come on,
Well,
guys.
why did you?
Because I was playing a really jerky Koosland, and I wanted to see
Oh.
what would happen, and it broke my heart. Really good job on that.
Awesome. There was some good acting in that. The mom, I can't remember her name. She was so good.
Isolde, I don't remember the actress's name, but she was. Oh
So
my
good.
god, that was good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember her sobbing in the booth during that scene. I was like, some good acting going on in there. And do it again with more purple.
And for anyone who doesn't know about this murder or death that she's talking about, you can always check out the Dragon Age Keep, which has a lot of summaries, a lot of the plot points from Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2. It's got a good overview there. But we got another question about how does voice. I guess you didn't do too much in combat voice because Josie doesn't do it so much. But Caroline, how do we get the combat voice acting?
It's a.
It's a set of
it's
things.
Yeah, it's a sound set and what we like to call an exertion palette. So any of the like ugh, that stuff, that's an exertion, and then go go go, that's part of our sound set. How do we do it? We do it at the end of sessions. So we'll do like a whole bunch of like dialogue lines like within a scene before we do any of the yelling, and that's done right at the end of the session because sometimes
it can kill your
it can
voice,
kill your
yeah.
voice. Yeah, I have to say though, I'm pretty gentle. I don't make people. It's not like Call of Duty or anything where those guys are in the booth just like screaming nonstop. It's pretty. We're pretty gentle.
Yeah.
Right? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean, I did one of those, and yeah, I mean, in as much as it was, kind of hard on the voice, because inevitably, dying is going to be hard on the voice.
Yeah, and if you're screaming in full combat, it's pretty intense. But we don't do 9 different takes of the same line, right?
No.
We'll do it until we get it.
Yeah,
We
it's
don't just scream and scream and scream. So
like even when I did my my random bad guy who can hurt you, it was just like a series of fun lines. I say fun because they were pretty funny.
Right.
But it was just a series of lines. We did like 1 or 2 takes on them. It wasn't like, no, more purple on this. Like this, if there's ever a moment to not be like, this needs more purple, it's when you're like screaming and just completely killing your throat. But yeah, and I've killed all these fools. So as they were dying, I'm sure they had a wonderful time in their sessions.